Hi. So for today's video, I thought I would do something different. I talked a lot about my trip to Japan and how I travel and traveling alone and stuff, but now I want to touch on some other topic that it's really close to me, of how I live my life. And I feel like a lot of people talk about it, but they also make it really, really difficult. And that's like time management and how do you go about your day, doing things that you like, doing things that you have to do, but still living a life that you want and that you enjoy, because that's the main goal, I would say. One of the key things I would say is, if you really have to do something, you will do it no matter what. Let's say at work, if you have some tasks, you will do those tasks because there's someone, a boss, a manager, whoever, that will, like, you will have repercussions if you don't do those tasks. So a long time ago, it helped me see my personal life as myself is the boss of my life, if that makes sense. And if you are doing things for other people, for example, your boss, why wouldn't you deliver other things on your personal life for yourself? Because that should be even more important than work. But of course, that your work is different because you get paid, you have deadlines, you have meetings, so there's a structure. But why not replicate a little bit this into your personal life? And this is the same that happens while you study. Like, you have exams, you have homework that you need to deliver, you have to prepare presentations, whatever you want. So you have really strict deadlines, and you have this structure, call it university, high school, whatever, that allows you to follow this agenda. And you want it or not, either you want it or not, you have to deliver if you really want to finish the degree or master's, whatever you want to do. So for me, it helped to see this, to apply this into my personal life, and to be more strict with myself, if you will, because of course I can give me some slack and I can be really understandable if some days something happens and I cannot deliver whatever I want to do. But in general, I feel like we have to be more strict. I don't know how to put it. And I'll say a more clear example. For example, going to the gym. For some people, it's really easy. For some people, it's not. I just came back from the gym and I was inspired to do this. So for me, it's quite easy, but it's something that you kind of, at least in my mind, you have to do because it's really good for me, for my mental health and also physically. So it helps me tremendously in my life in general. So why wouldn't I do something that it's really good for me, that it's almost free, and it takes some effort, but it's not like I'm dying going to the gym. I don't know how to put it. But if it's so positive for you, why wouldn't you do it? But then I understand that there's some laziness. Sometimes it's hard to start, but that's the thing. It's always difficult to start, not to continue. So it will be difficult to get to the gym. Once you are in the gym, you have your gym clothes and you are there. So you will feel like the motivation. And that's the other thing. You don't need to wait for the motivation. You have to create your own motivation, but that's another topic. But yeah, about the gym, if it's difficult for you to go, what I do in my case is start with something that is kind of exercise, and then I'm in the mood and I'm active, and then I go to the gym. And in my case, that's dancing. In my case, it's K-pop, but you can do whatever you want. So if I'm eating my afternoon meal before going to the gym, then I feel a bit heavy. I feel like I don't want to go to the gym. So what I do is start playing some music that I know the choreos to, and that gets me in the mood. Because even if I'm not standing up and ready to start dancing, I just say to my Amazon device that I cannot call because it will reply to me, Amazon device, start playing this kind of music, and then it will start playing the music, and then I will have the motivation, I guess, to stand up and dance a little bit. And at the beginning, it's kind of lazy if I don't feel it. But then by the end, I get more excited and I put a lot of effort into my dancing. And after a couple of songs, 2 or 3 songs, I'm motivated, I'm energized, so I can continue and go to the gym. In my case, the gym is in the place that I live, in the same apartment complex, so it makes it easier. But even if you have to walk a little bit, I feel like if you do a little bit of exercise, whatever you want to do at your place, it makes the process much, much easier. So this would be a good advice to start going to the gym and not lose a lot of time just thinking about it and not doing anything. Also, another thing related to time management that a lot of people will hate, and I'm aware, but for me it helped, is not a lot of social media. And I'm not saying no social media at all, I'm saying not a lot of social media. It's gonna be over a year that I deleted my Instagram. It was supposed to be just for some weeks because it was getting really toxic for me, but I kept on being without it and I didn't miss it that much. At the beginning I did miss it, but now it's been over a year and I don't have the need to download it. I don't know how it can help me at this moment in my life, so it's completely fine to live without it. And I also never had TikTok. I had TikTok for work, like for some projects that I wanted to do, but not for my personal life, because I see people literally addicted and I don't want that. I get that it can be fun and it can be entertaining, but right now I don't need these distractions, if you will. But this is not to say that I'm not on social media, because I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on TikTok, but I am on YouTube Shorts. I watch a lot, and I'm also on Twitter. So it's not that I'm not at social media at all, it's just that I'm not at the ones that are really, really addictive. And you can say that also Twitter and YouTube are addictive, and that's completely true. But I don't know, for me right now at this moment, it works. And I spend some time on YouTube and Twitter, but it's nothing crazy. I feel like in Instagram, they have the algorithm like really well. I don't know, it works crazily good for them, so it makes you addicted. And for TikTok even more, so I don't even want to try to download that app. Again, it sounds really fun and it can help you like not think about your life, I guess, and laugh and stuff. But for me at this moment in time, I don't need that. I want to focus in my life. I don't need distractions. Also really important to not waste time for me. It's no phone at nights and in the mornings. What I mean by that is that at 9 p.m. in my case, I turn off the Wi-Fi and I don't use my phone a lot. I use it a little bit, but for example, I don't check WhatsApp. That's the main thing. At 9 p.m. I don't check WhatsApp, and I just use it to play some music, maybe check the news or Twitter a little bit, but I try not to be on my phone after 9 p.m. For the WhatsApp thing, I'm really, really strict to myself and I will not check it. If it's something important, my friends know, my family knows, they can call me. So I'm available, but just not on WhatsApp. And that helps put your mind to, not to sleep yet, but not to start thinking about other people, about work, about other issues surrounding you. At 9 p.m., I'm starting to unwind and just to focus on myself and resting a little bit. And it really, really helps. Again, I use the phone a little bit at night, but not too much. And I always put the sleep mode on iPhone around 8:30, so notifications are not popping up. So that works wonders for me. And then in the morning, I try to wake up with this Amazon device that I cannot name because it's right in front of me, with some music. And then I also have the alarm on my phone, but my phone I don't check until I'm outside of my place or I'm at work, because I don't need it at all in the morning. And this sounds a bit crazy for some people, like why wouldn't you check WhatsApp, I don't know what people check in the morning, but for me, when I wake up, I don't have the need to check my phone. I get it, maybe if you're the, I don't know, the CEO of some really big company, like you need to know what's happening immediately after you wake up. For me, right now, I don't need it, so I don't do it. But I get it why for some people it would be needed. And even if it's really needed for you, just not do it right when you wake up, because I don't see how that can be beneficial. But each person is different, so I don't wanna judge absolutely anyone. Another thing I do to use the time to my advantage is every Sunday, not every Sunday, I'm lying, but almost every Sunday, I try to organize my week with Google Calendar. And for some people, this process is really stressful, but for me, it helps me because it helps me to see that my week is not just work and things that I have to do, like groceries, laundry, all these things. It's a combination of things that I have to do, of course, but also things that I like, things that I enjoy. And I wanna find the time to do the things that I enjoy during my week. And it sounds really silly, and there's people who don't like to plan at all, and I completely get it. But for me, it helps to have a little bit of a structure, but I know it's not for everyone. So when you really think about it, if you have an office job, let's say from 9 to 5, you spend 8 hours or more at work. You also commute to work, so let's say it's 30 minutes go, 30 minutes back. Then you have to sleep around 8 hours, so the remaining time when you're not working is not that much. People say that it's 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 for work, 8 to do whatever you want, and 8 to sleep. But in reality, these 8 hours that are for you are not really 8 hours. So when you think about it, you really have to plan, how do you want to spend your time, with who do you want to spend your time. So that's why I'm really strict on myself. When do I want to go to the gym? When do I want to meet some friends? When do I want to film YouTube? Because when you really think about it, time is limited, but also it can look like you have all the time in the world. I don't know, time is really relative. Like sometimes it feels like it's forever, you can do whatever you want and time will never run out. Some other times I feel like time is constricting you, like it's not playing on your advantage, it's against you. So we really need to be careful with these 8 hours that are for ourselves, because we really need to do things that we enjoy. And let's say you work 8 hours, you also go to the gym 1 hour, 1 hour 30, you have to sleep 8 hours. So then the other time, you don't have a lot. So let's do things that you really enjoy. And for me, besides the gym, for example, is dancing, is singing, is meeting my friends, is going on walks. Like there's a lot of things. And luckily we have the weekend, so we have more time if you work from Monday to Friday. But still, I want to emphasize a lot that it looks like we have a lot of time, but we don't. So let's be really thoughtful of how we waste it or how we spend it. Let's not waste it, let's spend the time. And some people give me crap when I say that I don't want to do this thing or that thing because I have a plan with myself, for example, going to the gym or film YouTube videos. But I think we have to prioritize also ourselves a lot, because it doesn't mean that if you don't have a plan, you can meet with other people. Not having a plan means that you can do whatever you want, and that includes doing things for yourself. And when I was younger, I was not aware of this. So if my calendar was empty one afternoon, if I was not meeting with someone, I was just waiting to meet with someone. And if it happens that I was not meeting anyone, then I would do something for myself. Now that I'm 30 years old, things have changed. This mentality has changed in me, because I will prioritize things that I want to do, even if those things are not meeting anyone. For example, YouTube videos. I want to do YouTube videos. You need the time to film YouTube videos, then you need the time to edit and post and everything. So I have to prioritize this if it's something that I really want. But my younger version of myself would feel guilty to prioritize this kind of projects. And when I was telling my friends, no, I prefer to work on this and not meet you, they were like, oh, but if you don't have any other plans, why would you not meet with me? And I'm like, okay, it makes sense. This was me in the past. But now it's like, no, it doesn't. I want to do this. I have to prioritize this. So I will do it and I will focus on myself. And that's completely fine. I don't know if it makes sense. In my mind, it makes a lot of sense, but I'm rambling a little bit. Of course, I also struggle with some things that I want to do, but I never find the time to do. There's another thing. People say, I don't have the time. For me, I don't have the time means I don't want to make the time. It's really, really different. But for me personally, there's some things that I struggle with. I really want to start like doing yoga, meditating and all these things, but I never find the time. I don't know why. I would like to read more. I read a little bit, but I would like to read more, but I never find the time to do this. So this scheduling my weeks on a Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, it can help with this. But then of course, even if you plan your week to the minute, there's gonna be things that happen that you haven't planned, and of course you'll have to change this plan. So it's good to have a general structure, but don't be obsessive with that, because I used to be quite obsessed with planning, and that doesn't help, and that's really annoying for the people around you, which is okay because we have to prioritize ourselves, but we don't want to annoy other people in the process. I don't know. And also for me, I remember there was a time when I wanted to do quite a lot of things. I was working full-time. I was doing a master's, also kind of full-time. I wanted to go to the gym quite a lot. I wanted to have a social life. I wanted to be with my partner when I had a partner. So just all of these things that I mentioned are a lot, but I was able to do it because I was really enjoying everything that I was doing, and it was things that I saw the potential. I saw that they were good for me. And also talking about my phone, how people use their mobile devices, I don't have any notifications on. I have notifications for Duolingo, for music, messages, like missed calls, all these general notifications, if you will. But I don't have my notifications on for WhatsApp, for example. And this was a game changer because it gives you a lot of power to answer WhatsApps, not when people want you to answer, but when you want to answer. So this doesn't mean that I'm not on WhatsApp a lot, because I feel like I am quite a lot on WhatsApp. But I have to enter, I have to click on the app to see what people are saying and to reply. And I feel like this is quite powerful for me, because it's not that I go into the app because someone texted me and I see the notification. I go into the app because I feel like replying and I want to reply. So this is quite big for me. And at the beginning it sounded like a lot, like how can you do this if absolutely everyone has their notifications on for WhatsApp? But this is another thing. Even if absolutely everyone around you is doing something, it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. If we're talking about things like WhatsApp and stuff, if I don't want to have my notifications on, it's completely fine, because usually important things are not communicated via WhatsApp. And if something is important, people will call you, or people will find a way to get in touch. It's not just a message. And eventually, I've been doing this for years, like 6-7 years. I haven't had my notifications on WhatsApp. People know that that's not the best way to reach out to you immediately. For example, I have my notifications on for my email. So if you send me an email, I will see it immediately. But I'm not saying that for WhatsApp, I will take days to answer. I check it every day, multiple times. But still, I like to be in power. Like, I want to answer when I want to, not when you want me to answer. And I guess that's it. And I think I'll finish the video here. I can talk about time management and how I organize my schedule, my days for a long time. So maybe I'll do another video, but for now, this is enough. And yeah, hope this helps a little bit. And I'll keep talking about these topics because it's something that I'm really passionate about. And again, people are not aware that time flies. Now I'm 30 years old, and I feel like every year it passes by, time goes faster and faster, if that makes sense. So let's try to enjoy it. Let's try to do the things that we have to do, and let's try to be conscious about how we spend the time. And I'll leave it at that. So thank you for watching. See you.